Hello, good afternoon. Okay, so I'm just I just browned some hamburger and put them in some bowls here just for 3 layers. So all right, so now I've got my cottage cheese and I will be putting some of that in as soon as I open it. I'm not sure, maybe you want to see me open it. A little bit off camera there, my bad. So then I just kind of, to try to get most of it off, waste as little as possible. All right, so then we got, let's put our bowls back out. Oh, whoops. There we go, that'll be better. Okay, so we got our 3 bowls. I'm trying to do this so you can see. All right, let's get a big spoon. Big spoon. Then I stuck my finger in it. All right, so it's not really a precise measurement. Oh, first of all, what you want to do is always with cottage cheese and if sour cream and stuff, you always want to mix it. Just, I don't know, with yogurt you want to do that too. You never want to skim that liquid. That, like, if you let yogurt sit, it gets a little bit of a stuff on top. Sour cream does the same thing. You always want to mix it back in. That is not a thing you want to throw away. All right, so I just wanted to use all of this in even portions throughout these. So it's not real, you don't need to really be precise. Savory foods, you don't need to be precise. That is the main reason why I don't bake, because I don't have to be as accurate as, yep, I just spilled some. The counter's clean. Always keep your counter clean in case you have something like that. But of course, if that grosses you out, don't do that. But my counter was nice and clean. My hands are clean. I always wash my hands several times when I'm cooking. I'm not entirely sure why, I just always do. Not to mention, see, this is bothering me. Ah! Get off there. Now that's gonna bother me. Okay, I'll just slide it back in there. Anyway, so I'll have to wash my hands here now because I feel like I need to now. Just try to make them as even as possible. It doesn't really honestly matter. I mean, nobody's gonna pick apart your lasagna and go, oh, well, this part wasn't as, you know, nicely organized as the other stuff. And, or at least nobody I know would do that. I don't cook for a, let me wash my hands quick. All right, so then we have cheeses to put in there. And just to recap, in case you didn't watch my video, my shopping haul video, I have Parmesan, I have Colby Jack, and sharp cheddar. And I just mix all of these together. That way, see, this whole thing will be one layer on my 9 by 13 baking dish, my cake pan. That's what I call it. And in case you don't know what I'm talking about, one of these, my hot dish pan, is what I use anyway. Or as the rest of the world, I guess, calls them, casserole dishes. But I don't call them casserole dishes. So again, you don't need to be precise about this. Just kind of, so that way they're all got at least some of everything. I mean, it doesn't need to be down to the wire with, you know, being precisely equal. Like I said, nobody's gonna know if you didn't add as much of an ingredient to one of the things or not. All right, next, that was the Parmesan cheese. And this one is the Colby Toby Jack. Like I said, doesn't need to be precise, just whatever. Just so you have enough in each bowl. Actually, this is the first time I've ever done it this way. I always just kind of, just kind of eyeball each layer as I'm doing it. But I figured I was gonna let my phone charge, but apparently, obviously I'm not, because I'm making video right now. So I'm obviously not letting my phone charge. I don't know if I'm gonna get that last bit in there. Like I said, doesn't need to be full on exact. And if somebody's a little extra cheesy on one layer, that's fine. Oh my gosh, I almost dumped that whole thing. All right, let's see if I can even get this layer in here. Oh, I got down to the... So I probably won't. I don't know if I'll do a video on doing these or not. I might. I was pre-cooking my lasagna noodles a little bit. Didn't need to, but figured I might as well. And like I said, you don't even need to do this. I'm just doing it just because I was bored. Whoa. Hope everybody had a good Halloween. It was nice weather here in Minnesota. It was like 50, 40 something. It was really nice out. All right, so I got those. Then I already cut up my tomato. I had 2 of them. So then I've got my sauces. I'm just gonna open up one can at a time, one jar at a time. I'm not ready to make my lasagna yet. But when I do, I will try to put it all together on camera. I've got to let my noodles cook or cool down a little bit. I don't want them to be scalding hot when I touch them. So, okay. All right. Well, anyway, you got to see me put my ingredients in. You don't have to do it this way. I just do just whatever, just because I can and whatever. Okay. All right. Bye. Hello. Good afternoon. Well, good evening. Well, actually, it's only 5, so good afternoon. Okay, so I got everything ready. I've got my container here, my hot dish container. It's my cake pan. It's a 9x13. Anyway, so I opened up my jar. So you generally want to start out with a layer of sauce on the bottom. So your noodles, I think it's so your noodles don't stick while it's baking. I got my oven preheating. This sauce does have tomato chunks in it. That's why my youngest daughter, who does not like, here, I'll use this. I know you can't see it, but it's just I'm using the lid to put this so I can set it to the side so I'm not getting into it. Then I've got my noodles over here. They're a little more done than I like, but at least now I'm not going to have, don't have to worry about my noodles not being cooked. So anyway, 3 on the bottom. Oops, good enough. Doesn't need to be perfect. Ugh, let me wipe my hands. So all I did was cook the noodles in a pot, and then when they were done, I just let them cool down a little bit, dumped some of the water out, and then put cold water on them. All right, so then I've got one of my containers here, and let's go with this stuff first, actually. And it doesn't have to be precise. Okay. Just in case, we'll smooth it out. And then we'll put some of the tomatoes in. I did not do this into thirds, so once again, I did wash my hands. My hands are clean. And if it makes you feel better, this will be going in the oven anyway, so it will be cooking whatever's on my hands if they weren't already clean. And if this does bother you, by all means, you can use a spoon and dirty up a spoon that you have to go and wash, but I don't mind. Except now I have to wash my hands. Or at least just rinse them off. It is just tomato. Alright, so now we got one of these that we already did. So we can just go ahead and start putting it in. Because it's not very... Anyway, I've never done it this way, so you gotta forget. I guess I'll have more cheddar on that side, so I'll just have to remember to start in different spots for my cheeses, I guess. Okay, now that we're down to only a little bit. Generally, I used to just mix this in one big pan and then just kind of plop it on, but I apparently wanted to make more work for myself today, so yay. And like I said, if this bothers you and you need to not use your hands, by all means, don't. Just use a spoon. But I have to wash the dishes, so I don't have a person who will do the dishes. So I do the dishes, I cook, I clean, I do the laundry. I don't have to do my kids' laundry anymore. Now that they're old enough, they can do their own. So I will need to wash my hands after this, because, yep. So, excuse the every so often I go away. And I'll just rinse out my bowl so it'll be easier to wash later. I'm not going to wash it right now. Alright. That's better. Alright. That doesn't look too horribly bad. Alright, so now let's put some noodles on again. I may end up having too much stuff here. It always ends up getting really far over the top. My husband likes to say I can feed the army. I don't know. I generally like to say, well, you're not going to leave my table hungry. Oh, well. All right. Lasagna is a pretty forgiving recipe, easy. It's just slop some stuff on top of layers, generally. All right, and then what did I do? Tomatoes was next. This is actually the first time I've ever done raw tomatoes in this, so I have no idea if they're going to add anything depth-wise to this or not. Alright, so I have about that much left. Might as well just go ahead and add the juice. Why not? Alright. Oh my god. I think I only needed 2 layers. Because my top layer was just supposed to... Well, I'm going to add both of these in this layer. Because I obviously cannot count. I'm only doing two layers, so I'm doing a layer of stuff. I was supposed to do 3 layers of stuff, then a layer on top, but I did not cook all that many noodles. I only cooked 9, so yeah, I apparently can't count, so that's all right. We just wing it. Just don't tell my husband. Because he's one of those people that says you have to follow the recipe. And I'm one of those people that I like to change the recipe. I would change the recipe, so. Alright. Well, anyway, I was supposed to have one more layer here. And, man, it's already pretty full as it is. I don't know if I want to even add the next. But, you know what? Let's just do it. Alright, I need to wash my hands quick. And rinse out my bowl. let's just go ahead, because I was going to just do a noodle and then put cheese on the top, but I'll just make it the way I was going to do it before. I'll just do it the way I wanted to the first time. These are much nicer noodles than the noodles I used to use, so I should just buy that brand more often. Let me get rid of my noodle pan. And I gotta open a new jar, which means I wonder if I can even do it with my hands wet. So, gotta get out my handy dandy thingy. Since my hands are wet. Alright. Whoa, that was a lot. Alright, let's go ahead and mix it up. I know this is either going to be a really fun video or a really boring video, whether you like cooking things or not. I don't know. My stepmother makes a really good lasagna. She puts pepperoni slices in it, so it tastes kind of like pepperoni pizza. And it's like really good. I tried it at the house, but one of my kids, the one that actually does like lasagna, didn't really like it very much, so I don't make it very often. But it was pretty good. I like my stepmom's version. And don't waste the juice. Might as well just go ahead and add it. It's flavor. Gotta rinse out my hands. Whew. All right, let's go ahead and see. We've done there and there, so let's go ahead and start on this side for the cheese now too. I won't do it this way next time. I think I like my other method better. I think I will mix. Ooh, Happy's ready. Yup, that's what the name of my oven is. Whoops. I'm just making a mess everywhere in my kitchen. All right, but I usually do mix the cottage cheese and meat together. Like I said, if you don't like doing it with your hands, don't. But I wash my hands so often. And I'm not cooking for other people. It's my family. And well, it hasn't killed them yet because I wash my hands all the time. Because who's gonna walk around like this all day? Ugh, no thank you. All right, so we've got our top. My gosh, this thing is full. Hey, can you tell I'm from the Midwest? Anyway, I was supposed... Here, hold on. Let me rinse out my bowl. Then wash my hands. Alright, so what I was supposed to do with this was put another layer of noodle on here, then put sauce, then put the final cheese, which is this cheese, my mozzarella, on the top. But since I don't have the extra noodle, I'm just going to pretend there is noodle there. So let's just pretend there's noodle there. So we're going to put our sauce on and use it up. So I ended up using 2 jars. And these jars are, I can't read it without totally, getting out my reading glasses. That color is just hard to read. Good enough. All right, so then just kind of hopefully mix this around. Yep. If you make lasagna differently, this is generally how I make it, and it ends up being pretty high. It's pretty high. It's pretty, there's plenty here. There's, so I guess my husband is correct. I do like to feed the army. So yeah. All right, so I just generally like to plop it in the middle and spread it out from there. Assuming it's not all in one big lump, which it kind of was there until I broke it up. So, all right, now we got that taken care of. All right, and I got my ovens preheat to 375, and since my oven is a convection oven, it's 350. So, not entirely sure why it goes down 15 or 20. It goes down in degrees. Yeah, by 25. Yeah, I can math today. All right, so there we go. And then I'm going to be extremely loud here in a second. Just washing my hands again. And yes, I am using soap. Okay, so, all right. I'm going to get out my aluminum foil. My aluminum foil. So this may be loud. That's good enough. Sorry about the noise. So then you just kind of cover it. The cheese is going to stick to this anyway. So, yeah. It doesn't need to be on perfect because this is only going to be on there for, I would say 50 minutes. And then, let's go 50 minutes, and then I will take the top off and put it back in the oven to color the cheese a little bit. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed. That was how I make lasagna. I generally don't do it in the 3 bowls like that, and I probably will not next time. So, and you know what? I made my mess up, and nobody else is going to know in the family anyway, except the top layer is going to have a big, thick layer on it. So, all right. You have a great rest of your day. I hope you enjoy. Bye. Hello. Good evening. Okay, so it's done. It's very, very to the top. So anyway, there it is. It's all done. Smells good. I can tell it's all good. Looks delicious. Anyway, yep, I'm gonna just add this to the end of the other video. Okay, all right, you have a great rest of your night or day or whenever you happen to be watching this. All right, bye.